This is what we're eating for lunch today.
To most people, this is an alien from their worst nightmares, but as soon as I saw this sea monster, I knew that I had to become the very first person ever to put this on a grilled cheese sandwich. So please watch along, because in this video, we make history.
Today we are at a massive seafood restaurant, and they have just about every seafood you could think of on the menu. As you can see by this aquarium they have here in front of the restaurant. They have these, whatever those are. They're like eels, but they have no end to them. I didn't know you could eat those. They've got giant crabs, king crabs, oysters, lobsters that are red, lobsters that aren't red. These are called slipper lobsters. I'd never seen these in person before. They look really weird. I think these are mantis shrimp, shrimp with long legs, sea urchins. They have to keep these ones in bottles so that they don't attack each other. Cuttlefish, I think they're squids, but they look weird. Short tentacles, big bodies. These ginormous lobsters, like seriously huge. Like this thing's the size of my arm. Gooey ducks, of course they have a bunch of fish too. That's actually not what we're here for. We're here for these.
These are giant isopods. They're crustaceans that live at the bottom of the ocean and literally eat rotting flesh of other animals.
They're very expensive. This is about $80 a kilo for one of these. I don't know how much they weigh. I feel like it's probably close to a kilo. So we're gonna spend a lot of money on this meal.
It may be a lot of money, but I think it'll be worth it when I'm the only person in the world who can say they've made an isopod grilled cheese sandwich.
Yeah.
You want to steam or grill?
Whichever way. Yeah, I'm getting sprayed. Which way do you think tastes better? I've never tried. It's my first time trying.
Steam okay, grill with onion okay. You.
It's up to me?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, I'll do grilled.
Grill with onion.
Yeah, grilled with onion. Yeah.
Yes. 1,950,000 for 1 kilo. How weight? 1 kilo more or 1 kilo or big or small?
Small one.
Okay. Is that okay?
Yeah, I think so. You think it's more than 1 kilo?
Yeah, 1 kilo more. This one. Is that okay? One?
Yeah, it's okay. Is he dead or alive? Alive or dead?
No dead. Fresh. Fresh.
Ah, okay.
Got cool. We got cool.
Ah, okay. It's cold. That's why. It's kind of scary.
1.1.
Okay. It's okay.
Grill with onion.
Grilled with onion.
Okay.
So I think this means this is about $90. This is what we're eating for lunch today. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little scared. I don't think anybody's ever put one of these on a grilled cheese sandwich before. There might be a reason, but today we're gonna find out. Okay. You take?
The way these seafood restaurants work is that everything is priced on weight. It doesn't matter if you get your seafood steamed or grilled, the cooking method is no extra charge. And lucky for us, these guys were nice enough to let me go into the kitchen so we can see how a giant isopod is cooked. First, it has to be prepped by removing its intestines. That step was pretty gross, so I'm not gonna bother showing it to you.
Okay, so it's in the steamer right now. We weighed it, it was a little over a kilo. It was 1.1 kilos. So I think on my rough math, that means it's gonna be about $90 for this, which is a lot to pay for a cockroach, especially one that I don't even think I'm gonna like that much. I'm gonna do it for the video and we're gonna try it, win in Vietnam, right? It's supposed to take 20 minutes in the steamer, and then once it's done, he said he'll call me back over and we're gonna put some onion slaw on it.
Grill with onion.
And then it'll be time for us to eat it. Now we wait. That's not even ours. That's not even ours. They just called me back there to show me how they plated the crab. Vietnam's really fun. Like, I swear, like literally every restaurant we go to, I'm like, I've never asked to go into a kitchen of a restaurant before, and I would have thought that would be like a hard thing to do, especially when they don't speak English. But I literally, every single time, they're like, yeah, come in, film everything. And then they're like feeding me, and like, it's so much fun. You should, if you're going on vacation, buy a camera, start a YouTube channel, and just ask to go in the kitchens. You're gonna see a lot of cool stuff.
It wasn't long until our 20 minutes had passed and I was called back into the kitchen to see how to finish preparing the isopod. First, it was removed from the steamer and placed over the charcoal grill. If the isopod didn't seem alien enough already, this shot looks like something that you would see in a cutscene before you fight a final boss in a video game. Yeah, this is gonna be a weird lunch. After grilling for a few minutes, the isopod was removed from the flame and stuffed with a peanut and onion oil.
Grill with onion.
Then it was grilled for a couple more minutes before it was removed again and stuffed with fried shallots. The last step was to plate it up with some herbs and lettuce and then bring it upstairs to my table.
All right, so it's done cooking. They steamed it, they grilled it, they stuffed it with all sorts of greens and peanuts and some sort of oil. Then they brought it to the table whole, cut off the legs for us, trimmed out the gills and those bad pieces. Seems like this stuff, it's still on the plate and the gills are not, so I'm guessing we're supposed to eat the legs. We'll see when we get to it. But this is pretty much everything else, just ground up in the middle, and we're gonna eat it. Oh boy, very jello-y on the inside. We've got some lumps of goop with some peanuts in it. Goopy lumps and peanuts. Looks like you just kind of separate it from the shell. Oh no, it's goopy back here too. Oh, there is a lot of meat on it though. It looks like lobster meat. I'm just gonna keep telling myself it's lobster meat. It's like slightly transparent, which freaks me out. Okay. Oh. It's not bad. It's very chewy. Very much like eating a bike tire texture. It alternates from being like okay to like kind of stinky. I definitely wouldn't. This is the last one I'm gonna buy. I don't think I'm gonna ever buy one of these again. Oh. Some of the pieces of meat are like eating jello. Some of them are like eating a bike tire. Yum. Now that we've tried it on its own, we're gonna try it with some of the salt, pepper, and lime mixture that they have. This is really common for seafood in Vietnam. You'll see that it's served with a pile of salt and pepper and then a little lime wedge for you to squeeze in there and mix up and make like a little dipping sauce for it. I feel like this is kind of the equivalent to what you see in the US being used as just like butter. Try some of the meat dipped into this just lightly. You know, it does make it better. Then they also have this citrusy chili lime sauce that I really like. It's spicy and sour, and it can cover up the taste of just about anything. You know, that actually makes it bearable. I feel like you shouldn't have to drown a $90 piece of seafood in chili sauce. We also have some mint. I'm assuming this is to eat with it. We'll try a little minty piece dipped in my favorite chili sauce. You know, it's getting better. It's growing on me. Or maybe it's growing inside me. I might mutate before my next video. All right, we are now entering phase 2 of the operation. Phase 1 was try it at the restaurant. Phase 2 is get it home so I can turn it into a grilled cheese sandwich. All right, scoop some out quickly. That's enough for a grilled cheese, I think. And then we bring it home. We're gonna finish this though, right? Do you eat the legs? No, there's nothing in here. I'm turning into one.
Well, that was quite the experience, and it's safe to say that I'm now one of the few people in the world who's actually eaten one of those things. But that's not good enough for me. I want to be the only person in the world who's ever put one of these on a grilled cheese sandwich. And look, obviously I have no way of confirming that nobody's ever done this before, but like, why on earth would somebody have done this before? Whenever I'm making grilled cheese sandwiches that are inspired by meals that I've had, I try to honor my favorite parts of the meal and make sure they're reflected within the sandwich. Since my favorite part of the meal was probably actually that green chili lime sauce, I used some of that on the bread, and then of course I had to load it up with a bunch of the Isopod. I know there's not a lot going on with this sandwich, but I think if you ordered an Isopod grilled cheese and it didn't taste like mostly Isopod, you'd probably be upset. I mean, I know I would. Unfortunately, I didn't realize until it was way too late that I didn't have my microphone on for the grilled cheese taste test, but don't worry, I can summarize now. I'm usually pretty excited for my grilled cheese sandwiches, but I was not excited for this one. At first, it mostly tasted like cheese, but after a few seconds, I started to notice that goopy Isopod texture and a stinky seafood taste. This is absolutely one of the worst grilled cheese sandwiches I have ever made, which is why I'm giving it a 1.7 out of 10. But hey, at least now I can say I've made and eaten an Isopod grilled cheese sandwich. I think I might put that on my resume.